Billion-dollar data center is coming to Beaver Dam. Why the company behind it claims it will actually save resources.
Plus, how a bill to reopen the government could affect Wisconsinites' ability to buy THC products.
And why a last-minute proposal to put body cameras on Madison police officers did not end up in the city's 2026 budget. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Well, thanks for staying with us, everyone. We begin with breaking news. Dane County Executive Melissa Agard, has signed the county's $916 million budget for 2026.
The county was facing a $31 million structural budget deficit. Under the new budget, the average Madison homeowner will see a property tax increase of $15 a year on the county portion of their property tax bill. The sheriff's office will also see 20 vacant positions frozen. All Dane County employees will see a 1% reduction in their salaries. And we'll have more on that coming up at 6. But next at 5, a check on the forecast is, wow, you really felt the warm up today, Alex.
Yes.
The sunshine certainly helped.
Sun definitely helps. Today's sun wasn't that deceptive sunshine, Susan, where you look outside and it's sunny and it's cold. Today, where you go outside, it's sunny and it feels pretty good. And those temperatures are going to feel even better by the time we get to Thursday, 55, 62 on Friday, and 61 on Saturday. I mentioned we might inch that Friday high temperature up just a bit, and that's certainly what we did. Then the temperatures will take a tumble, but let's enjoy these next couple days first here. Out there tonight, low temperatures are going to be right around 30 degrees, clear skies. And emphasize clear skies because that's an important part of our main weather. In about 15 minutes or so, a little bit more about what we saw last night may return again tonight. Low temperatures tonight will ease on up to 55 for high temperatures on Thursday with light winds, partly sunny skies. So it's going to be a gorgeous day on Thursday across southern Wisconsin. Pretty nice out there right now. 49 in Madison, 48 in Janesville, 50 to 51 in the Wisconsin River Valley. Zooming on in here to Dane County and taking a peek here at our temperatures. We've got 49 at the airport, 51 in Deerfield, and we got the 50 degrees. The Triad, Sauk City, Cross Plains, Mount Horeb still sitting at 50 degrees at 5 o'clock at night. And we're going to wake up to temperatures around 30. Again, the winds are going to ease on up as we go over the course of the next couple days, which will be nice. So gone with the wind. But what about our chances for northern lights? What are our chances for rain? I have all that information, all those answers coming your way in about, let's see here, 15 minutes or so.
All right, Alex, thank you. New information as the Dane County Medical Examiner is identifying the person who died in a Fitchburg apartment fire last week. 79-year-old Daniel Colby of Fitchburg died last Thursday from injuries suffered during the fire. Crews responded to Fish Hatchery Road just before 7 that evening. The fire was limited to one unit where firefighters recovered Colby. He died in the hospital, and his death remains under investigation.
The Madison Police Department is the largest in the country to not use body-worn cameras. A last-minute budget amendment to implement the technology failed at the Common Council last night.
The amendment looked to defund the Office of the Independent Police Monitor to fund the cameras. Our Ellie LaLiberte breaks down the proposal. Ellie?
Well, Eric, Susan, the council spent hours debating the amendment last night, but it ultimately failed 3-17. The proposed amendment would have transferred $400,000 to fund the body camera program. Sponsors of the amendment say it's a better use of taxpayer dollars than the Office of the Independent Monitor, an office which came under scrutiny last year for a lack of timely reporting. The amendment would not have funded the cameras themselves, but rather 5 new positions to keep up with all the video files that would need processing. And even though it failed, Police Chief John Patterson says he hopes the amendment brings some momentum to the issue.
We're not even behind the curve anymore. We're not even in sight of the curve, I'm afraid. So it's really something that we need to prioritize. It's become really an essential piece of modern policing. It's an essential piece of effective oversight when you speak with experts. And frankly, I think it's something the community really wants.
Now, Patterson also added that there is currently a backlog in the records department for video processing. That backlog would need to be addressed before the body camera program could be implemented. Now, one of the alders also tells me the amendment would have also put a stop to active investigations into police. You can hear her concerns tonight at 6.
All right, Ellie, thank you. A man fighting for his life after a severe crash overnight. This happened in Lafayette County. The sheriff's office says just after midnight, deputies responded to a semi-tractor trailer rollover on U.S. Highway 151. The driver was northbound on that highway when he struck a crossover turnaround in the median. The semi-truck and trailer flipped across the southern lanes, which were shut down for more than 5 hours. The driver was seriously hurt. The passenger is expected to survive.
A man is in jail tonight after firing a gun inside an apartment complex, setting off its sprinkler system. This was the scene early this morning on South Fair Oaks Avenue on the east side. Madison firefighters found a bullet in the ceiling and a punctured water pipe. Police arrested a 23-year-old man in connection to the shooting. He's facing several charges. No one was hurt, but the building has significant water damage.
A live look at the House floor at this hour. The lower chamber set to vote this evening on a bill to end the longest government shutdown in U.S. history. It comes 2 days after the Senate backed the bill, 8 Democrats siding with Republicans. The continuing resolution will only keep the government open through January, and it contains nothing related to the Democrats' demands to extend Affordable Care Act subsidies.
Ahead of the vote, we spoke with 2 of Wisconsin's congressmen, Representatives Brian Stile and Mark Pocan, about what the bill means for their respective parties.
It seemed like they were getting 2 oxen and a goat with a promise of 4 chickens in the future to reopen the government, because a lot of this was already in law. I mean, by law, federal employees will still get paid, the ones that were furloughed. So just restating it, doesn't get you a lot of new ground.
Well, I would have wished we just would have passed the clean CR now well over 40 days ago and avoided going through the pain that we did for the last number of weeks. No bill is a perfect bill, but man, let me tell you, it is a good thing we are reopening the federal government tonight.
The White House says the president will be ready to sign the bill as soon as possible if the House passes it tonight.
Well, the bill contains a provision that would essentially close a loophole that allows some THC products to be sold in states where marijuana is illegal.
Arman Rahman talked to a local dispensary and lab owner about what this would mean for his business.
Wisconsin is not one of the 24 states where marijuana is legal, but the 2018 Farm Bill allowed hemp growers and sellers nationwide to make the products intoxicating, exploding an industry that's now at risk. The THC beverages, gummies, chocolate, and more that Brooke Bartels sells at his lounge and dispensary near the Capitol could be smoked out in a year.
Closing the loophole on the federal level is a horrible idea.
Closing that loophole involves redefining hemp products to include the total THC, or what the plant makes that produces a high, found in those items sold at gas stations, bars, grocery stores, and more. It limits the THC that can be in those items to be 0.3% or less.
That's nothing. Yeah, that's nothing. Especially when you're looking at, say a jar of gummies could have 10 milligrams of gummy and 20 to 40 gummies. The beverages, which have exploded in popularity in Wisconsin, have anywhere from 3 to 50 milligrams at times per container. So those entire industries are going to go away in a year.
Bartels wants to fund a PAC to protect the hemp industry in Wisconsin, to keep lobbying for Senate Bill 606, which aims to regulate instead of eliminate the industry. Reporting in Madison, Arman Rahman, News 3 Now.
Armand, thank you. Meta, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram, will build a $1 billion artificial intelligence facility in Beaver Dam. Meta, Alliant Energy, and the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation announced the 700,000 square foot project this morning, and it comes amid increased interest from companies looking to build data centers in southern Wisconsin. Residents have raised some concerns about the impact those centers would have on their communities, including over water consumption. That's a fear representatives from Meta sought to quell today.
Meta prioritizes water stewardship as well, and we have a goal to be water positive in 2030. That means that we will restore more water than we actually consume.
Now, this is the first data center that Meta will have here in Wisconsin.
And in a statement on the data center, Governor Evers said in part, this investment will help ensure Wisconsin is meeting the demands of the 21st century and creating good, family-supporting jobs to support the workforce.
Later tonight, Maddie Heimsch will expand on this story and bring us the perspective of people opposed to this data center and others like it. Receive a notification as soon as her story comes out with a free Channel 3000 mobile app.
A new housing development is set to go up in downtown Mount Horeb, something that many residents are not happy about.
Our Jalen Banks caught up with residents of the village and brings us an update on this development.
Just behind me, this stretch of the 200 block of East Main Street in Mount Horeb is going to look a lot different because a housing development is set to go up. And that's something that many residents in the area aren't too happy about.
A new multi-unit housing development is set to go up in downtown Mount Horeb.
This has caused outcry from residents in the area over concerns of increased traffic, lack of parking, and the look of the new building conflicting with the historic look of downtown.
People come here for its charm and character because it is different, and looking just like any other, nearby community is not going to be in its best interest.
And the outcry over the potential housing has sparked a village-wide campaign named It's Too Big. And you can see signs in support in yards and businesses across the village.
Well, personally, I'm just very sad that we only have 4 blocks of historic business district. That's almost 25% of that 4 blocks.
In a Facebook post, the developer of the property, Jeff Grundle, directly addressed the concerns of residents making changes to the development. Those include reducing the number of units from 63 to 44, increasing the number of parking stalls to 54, and proposing one-way traffic. Traffic would only enter from 3rd Street, and traffic would only exit from 2nd Street. In that same Facebook post, Grundle says the village will put out updated Plan Commission documents and renderings of the development on November 19th. For now, reporting in Mount Horeb, Jalen Banks, News 3 Now.
Thank you, Jalen. Still ahead at 5, a warm-up is on the way. Alex tells us when and how high temperatures will get in his forecast.
And the 3 things Starbucks Workers United is demanding from the coffee giant to prevent a strike during its busiest season.
Plus, what newly released emails reveal about the president's relationship to convicted sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein.
Wall Street coming to a mixed close today. The Dow with a strong 327-point gain. The Nasdaq falls 62. S&P virtually unchanged, up just 4 points. We'll be right back.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Let's take another live look at the U.S. Capitol, where lawmakers in the House are getting ready to vote on a bill that would reopen the government. Republican Speaker Mike Johnson has a razor-thin majority, but says he's confident the GOP can get the bill passed and on the president's desk this week.
Newly released emails contradict the president's claim that he did not know about Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking ring.
This morning, House Democrats released emails from Epstein's personal Gmail account. In a 2019 email to a journalist, Epstein said that Trump knew about, quote, the girls. In an April 2011 message sent to co-conspirator Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein wrote that the president spent several hours at his home with a victim. The White House claims the victim was Virginia Giuffre, who died by suicide earlier this year.
Ms. Giuffre maintained, and God rest her soul, that she maintained that there was nothing inappropriate she ever witnessed, that President Trump was always extremely professional and friendly to her.
The House Committee on Oversight and Government Reform also released 20,000 pages of documents from Epstein's estate today, and with the Democrats swearing in a new representative within the past few hours, there are now enough reps in favor of forcing the House to vote on the release of all of the Epstein case files.
Happening tomorrow, thousands of Starbucks workers could go on strike. Starbucks Workers United says Starbucks hasn't come to the table to meet workers' demands. The union says those demands include increased hours, higher take-home pay, and a resolution from Starbucks for union busting. For its part, Starbucks says the demands are unreasonable. The potential strike coincides with Red Cup Day, which marks the coffee giant's busiest season of the year. News 3 Now has reached out to local unionized Starbucks locations. We're told they'll have an announcement coming later today about the strike.
Well, after more than 230 years, the U.S. Mint will no longer make pennies. The video you're seeing here shows the last 1-cent coin being produced in Pennsylvania today. Earlier this year, President Trump ordered the nation to stop producing the penny, saying each one costs about 4 cents to create. But the removal and the fact that the penny was already in short supply is causing problems for some merchants who now have to round their prices up or down.
Well, now look at your first warn forecast. Alex joins us in studio, and we can feel those warmer temps out there today, Alex.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good with the temperatures in the 50s today. These are our high temperatures. We got up to 53 in Madison, 55 in Janesville, and 86 in Watertown. I think that's a data artifact, but I left it in there for the sake of it's warmer, not 86 in November, but all in the low to mid 50s across all of southern Wisconsin today. Part of the 3 things you need to know, even better, the winds are going to quiet down. I've been saying Gone with the wind. We're going to track that in just a moment. Skies are clearing out, but we will have a couple clouds build back in a little bit later tonight with 60s by Friday. High temperatures in the 60s. Yes, it's still on the way. Here are those forecasted wind gusts as we go into Thursday and Friday between 5 and 10 mile per hour winds. That's all we're going to get here, maybe a gust of 15. And that's going to be combined with temperatures that are continually warming up, and warming up. Tonight, we'll do upper 20s, right around 30 degrees. Again, we'll have clear to partly cloudy skies early with some increasing clouds late. And that's important to point out because we have, again, that chance for the northern lights. A lot of folks saw stunning photos last night. We had dozens and dozens of photos sent. We're going to show some of those photos a little bit later in the newscast, but we have a low to moderate chance of seeing the northern lights again. So take that opportunity this evening, once that sun goes down, to get out to see that possibility of the northern lights popping up to the north. As we head towards that midnight hour and beyond, those clouds will be on the increase again, at least briefly, and that peak timing for northern lights is always those few hours leading up to about midnight. Then we got temperatures tomorrow. We'll do mid-50s, 55 in Madison, 55 in Lone Rock, approaching 60 out to the west in Prairie du Chien. That's a hint of things to come. Precipitation chances, not that high. Again, I've been mentioning that weather system on Friday going on into Saturday is not going to be bringing a lot of water to southern Wisconsin. We certainly could use that water because look at my rain gauge behind me here. We're down nearly 4 inches for the year, and you're certainly going to want to tune in tomorrow night for our newscast because we'll have an update with the drought monitor. I forecast that we'll continue to see the drought conditions moving across southern Wisconsin, or expanding, I should say, across southern Wisconsin. And we'll track those shower chances that we're anticipating Saturday night going on into Sunday at the 6 o'clock newscast. Maybe be a little better chance of a weather system Monday night going on into Tuesday, and then Thursday going on into Friday. That's the best chance for our rain showers as we move out a little bit later in the 10-day forecast. Now I'm going to take my microphone here. I'm just going to do a little bit of maneuvering here because I got a special guest here. So if we can take us back here on our first camera right here, we've got Johnny. Want to say hi, Johnny?
Hi.
Why don't you wave to everybody? The camera's right at that red light over there. Johnny, what school do you go to?
MG21 on Monona Drive.
MG21. So you love weather, don't you, Johnny?
Yes.
So Johnny got to come and see the behind the scenes, how we put our graphics together, how we forecast for the weather. Do you want to be a weather person when you grow up?
Yes.
How bad?
Like 100%.
100%. So we got a future First Warn Weather Team member in the making right here. Wave again, Johnny, to everybody on the other side of the screen. It's a pleasure having you and your dad come and see us today. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Back to you folks. Susan
Great job, Johnny.
Yes. You're hired, Johnny.
That's how Alex started with Gary. He
That's
was just
exactly
he was
right.
about the same age. So we'll see you in a few years. Get that resume ready, Johnny. Just ahead, the injury to the Packers' two-time Pro Bowl center Elgton Jenkins. It'll have a bigger impact than we first feared. How they'll move forward next at 5.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
When this season is said and done for the Packers, we might be left wondering what might have been had the offensive line ever been fully healthy.
And now a major injury Monday night has cost another Packer the rest of his season. Our News 3 Now Packers senior writer Jason Wilde has more from Lambeau Field.
So Packers center Elgton Jenkins' season is almost certainly over. Coach Matt LaFleur telling us today that the Packers will have to move forward without their two-time Pro Bowl guard who moved to center this offseason. That means they move ahead with Sean Rhyan, who has seen action at guard on both the right side and the left side, a former third-round pick who has played center before, including in Monday night's loss to the Eagles after Jenkins was injured. How did he fare? Matt LaFleur liked what he saw for the most part.
Well, I think anytime just you have a new center coming and you're most concerned about the operation. I thought our operation was pretty clean in terms of the quarterback center exchange. I thought there were some things offensively, the operation wasn't good enough, but in regards to his ability and what he's responsible for, the communication and just making sure that we're getting the ball back to the quarterback, I thought he did a great job with that.
We'll see how Sean Rhyan fares on Sunday against the New York Giants, who have one of the best defensive lines in football. We'll have full coverage of that story and everything else Packers on our website, channel3000.com. And while you're there, make sure you sign up for our Packers newsletter, which delivers our coverage directly to your inbox every single day. In Green Bay at Lambeau Field, Jason Wilde, channel3000.com.
Come together in midfield.
Jason, thank you. And this Saturday, you can watch the Milwaukee Bucks take on the Los Angeles Lakers right here on Channel 3. LeBron James has returned from injury to practice, and it's a 7 p.m. tip-off. It's just one of 8 games that will be broadcast for free on over-the-air television. For a full list of the other games we're carrying, find this story on channel3000.com.
Stay with us. A final check of your first warn forecast when we come back.
City lights drown out the stars. A Texas telescope farm is bringing the universe back into view. That's tonight's Eye on America on the CBS Evening News.
And coming up in 30 minutes on this day of remembrance for crash victims, we'll take a look at where Madison stands in its efforts to significantly decrease traffic deaths in the next 10 years. Stay with us for News 3 Now at 6.
And finally at 5, this beautiful phenomenon was visible across Wisconsin last night. We have so many pictures. You should really look at Alex. Are they on our station website?
Yes,
Facebook page?
Yep, channel3000.com/weather. Just scroll down a bit. We got a beautiful photo gallery there.
They're beautiful, and thanks to everybody who sent them in. We haven't gotten a thing done today looking at all these pictures, but if you missed them, you have another chance, maybe even a better chance.
We're hoping
to
to.
see
It all
them
comes
tonight.
down to the cloud cover, right? If you late last night, some clouds came in. We had everybody still going out there trying to see them late, but the clouds had moved in and kind of hampered that. How are we looking tonight?
Yeah, tonight right now we have clear skies out there now, so I would encourage you to get out after sunset. Peak time is about 10 p.m. till about 2 a.m. and those clouds are going to be up against that time. I think we'll have some clouds in here closer to midnight. So get outside if you can, get away from the city light pollution, as we call it, just a couple miles outside of town, and look to the north. If you don't see them, then again, take your phone, turn off the flash so that you don't have that flash mode on, and then you can take pictures to the north.
Because the camera picks it up better than our eyes.
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
Enjoy.
Keep your eyes out for them, folks.
Thanks for watching tonight at 5, everybody. The CBS Evening News is coming up next.
And we'll be back at 6. You can always find us streaming 24/7 at Channel 3000+.